Welcome to the Empower 2021 Quick Hit session, Quickbase Mobile Unleashed. We're going to show you how to create full-powered apps for your mobile workforce. First, MCF Tech is our sponsor for this presentation. MCF Tech is a gold solution provider for Quickbase and also is the #1 rated Quickbase partner in 2021. My name is Mike Hansborough. I'm going to be your presenter today, and I'm a 15-year veteran of Quickbase building, and I'm also the CEO of MCF Tech. And of course, that is a photo of me and my dog Bear, who loves going for rides in our minivan. So without further ado, let's get into the agenda. So we're going to cover a lot today. We're going to talk about the mobile workforce itself and how it continues to grow and kind of push this movement forward. We're going to talk about how Quickbase automatically takes care of your mobile experience for you when you build apps, and also the new offline ad record capability that just came out recently. Last but not least, then we're going to explore taking it to the next level and using the powerful Quickbase API to drive full custom user experiences and full featured offline capability. So let's talk about the mobile workforce itself. According to Statista, there's 7.1 billion global mobile users. And out of those, there's almost 2 billion of us using mobile devices for performing professional work, i.e. the global mobile workforce. And more impressively is that 2 billion is growing at an average annual rate of about 2.3% over the last 3 to 4 years and expected to accelerate. So I think that with all that in front of us, the need to support our mobile workforce really is greater than ever. So here's some of those accelerators. I think these are considerations we should talk about. One, the hardware itself. The hardware continues to be more capable, have more device capability, more features, run faster, different formats. I mean, you've got things like sensors, biometric readers, voice control, near field communications, virtual reality, and augmented reality, my favorite. And they're starting to really find their way into the mobile workforce because of the hardware itself being capable of doing those things. Right alongside the hardware, even if it could, if your network couldn't support it, you might have a hard time doing it as well. And so the proliferation of the 5G networks is really opening up the bandwidth that people need to do more and more. Things like VR and AR, augmented reality, take a lot of bandwidth. And so I just looked at a statistic that this year, 75% of the US population will be within 5G coverage, and people are buying devices that are 5G compatible every day, and it's growing. Certainly the pandemic, I think we can all appreciate, has really accelerated maybe the adoption of a mobile workforce or a remote workforce. And I think that drives a lot of this. It drives sales, it drives marketing. The need itself is kind of like underneath all of this and floating all boats. And last but not least, we've got software enablement. So, collaboration software like Zoom, Teams, Office, Google, Slack, and of course, Quickbase really take advantage of both the hardware and the bandwidth to drive more and more productivity and efficiency and accuracy and drive it out into the workforce in ways we couldn't have even really imagined 10 years ago. So let's talk about Quickbase and how does Quickbase do mobile? So let's start small. So Quickbase does mobile out of the box. So if you create a Quickbase app for your desktop or laptop users, you automatically are getting that app in a mobile experience. And while you can optimize for the mobile experience within Quickbase, because you can do a mobile form, for example, and really customize the layout, I think the automatic Quickbase app does a pretty good job of kind of mobilizing your apps. And let's take a look at some examples of that. So here we just see, a Quickbase login screen when you use the Quickbase app on your phone, and it's available for iOS and Android. And if you don't already have the app, certainly you could be using the browser version of Quickbase, but I would encourage you to get the app. It just really makes for a nicer experience. In the middle, we see a My Apps page. And again, right away, you can see it's really optimized for mobile with the icons and the little arrows in the right where you can open up a particular app. It's all touch friendly, etc. And then on the far right, we can see a typical dashboard and how a pie chart might render on a mobile device. Let's look at a few more examples. Here we see some nuts and bolts, right? On the left, we see we're viewing a contact form of some type within a feedback app. In the center, we see we've opened it up for edit, and there's an edit mode. And again, very touch sensitive. You can click on things. Addresses can use the phone's GPS, for example. Files can use the phone, the camera if you need to. And then on the far right, again, we see a report that we would normally on the desktop see as a table type report. But in mobile, it's very different looking because it's giving you that mobile experience. So you see Lauren Thacker and Sharon Faust in a list report. And again, you see the arrows on the right where you can expand those individual records and go to the form. Much like on desktop, you'd click the pencil to view them. A few more before we wrap up on the kind of native, regular, out-of-the-box mobile experience on Quickbase. Here you can see the Kanban. Quickbase continues to bring their new functionality to mobile in ways that make sense, that work well, and you can see the Kanban, and you can drag cards with the touch screen by moving it with your finger. When you look at an app, you can see all the tables in the center there, and on the right is just another more complex chart, a stacked bar, and you can see that at the top when you select a bar segment that you get the pop-up to show you the detailed information with your finger. Last but not least, a typical dashboard on the left. Calendar support is fantastic on mobile and really looks nice in a smaller footprint. You see a day view here. And then the map view, really common. We're all used to using Google Maps and other applications like that. And Quickbase supports GIC location with the pins on a map. So, if you have an address, they'll show up on a map view like this. It's just a map report. All supported on mobile out of the box. So that's great as long as you've got connectivity. But with so much of our mobile workforce moving out into the field, so to speak, whether you're repairing or building cell towers on the top of a mountain somewhere, or you're up in Alaska on a pipeline, or you're just working in Ohio on some power lines, you can be in areas that have little or no mobile or internet connectivity. And in those situations, that's when you really need offline. And so let's look at offline now and how that might work with Quickbase. So like I said earlier, Quickbase recently released their offline add record mode. And let's take a look at that. So starting on the left, in order to get this online functionality out of the box from Quickbase, you really need your Realm admin to go in. And you can see here that you can, create a support case, and right under that you have choose offline apps. And so the Realm admin could choose an app that they want to enable offline mode. Once they do that, the end user gets this screen, the second one, and you can see they can turn on those enabled apps if they want to. So you've got choices. So here I'm activating or enabling the MCF demo application to be used offline. Then as we move to the right, you see the demo application, and here's really the experience, because it's really add record only. You get a list of the tables and you get add buttons where you can click and add the records. And then on the far right, that's just a normal kind of add form, and you can see you can save a new, or cancel, just like we do in the desktop. So for simple add only use cases, this may be all you need. But let's look at when that's not enough. Let's look at the fantastic functionality that's possible using Quickbase's API. And for those of you who don't know what an API is, it stands for Application Programming Interface. And really, that's how professional programmers can interact with Quickbase seamlessly. And Quickbase has this, and it's very, very powerful. So like I said, sometimes you need a little more than what you can get out of the box with Quickbase natively. And in that case, things like branding, custom user interfaces, a simplified user experience. Maybe you need it to be really simple. Easy deployment, that's really important when you're talking about mobile apps. You don't want to have to wait months for an application to be approved and published on an app store in order to get it. And then ultimately, full-featured offline was one of our key goals here in delivering these custom mobile apps so that our customers could enjoy all the functionality of Quickbase when they're offline. So when I say full-featured offline, what do I mean? Really, like we saw, you can add records with native Quickbase, but with full-featured offline, you can come to a dashboard, view a report, maybe get a list of your jobs or your work orders or whatever the use case is. You can view those records. You can edit the existing records. A lot of times the back office does the assigning or someone else, and then individuals need to get their assignment, and so they need these functionalities. You can certainly add records as well. You've got full metadata support, and what I mean by that is a lot of times our records are connected where I need to select a part number, I need to select a customer, I need to select any number of different objects that we can do within Quickbase. And so we're going to give you that support within your records as you're editing or adding them. Special features, this is really where it gets cool. Things like, GPS locating or signature capture, barcode generation and printing, things like that. You can, with the mobile devices these days and all the things you can buy to plug into them, there's just so much we can do with a custom programming app. So the last but not least is the online upload rules. This is something that kind of surprised us, but what we realized early on was that when you're offline, if you're taking photos out in the field, which a lot of construction does, or you're even taking video, those files are pretty large sometimes in size. And when you come back online, if the app tries to upload them, but maybe you're only in a 3G area or it's spotty, they can really hold up your phone and hold up the app while you're waiting for them to upload. And so we built in the ability to control and throttle that you only upload if you're in a 4G or et cetera. So we can apply those kind of upload rules. And so that's just a feel for what's possible with full-featured custom offline capabilities. So let's take a quick peek at a simple demo. This is a service call manager. And you can see here that on a phone, this is an actual phone, and I've got an icon, just like any other app. And the way that you load this, like I said earlier, it's simple. You simply get a link in email, you click it, and it installs on your phone. So really simple deployment, and it looks just like every other app. So let's take a look at this live. Okay, so if we click in, it's going to start up the service call manager, and I've got two things, really simple interface, my service calls and timesheets. I've also got menus at the bottom, and so the layout is completely under our control. So let's go ahead and explore not only the branding here, this one's pretty plain, but it could have any graphics. Let's go into the jobs here, and let's pick job number 6, this topic shots, and let's view that. And when we're on that record, we can have anything we want. We can get directions. We can use the phone's GPS. We can look at contacts. But let's go offline. Let's select airplane mode and go offline. And you can see at the top, we just lost our 4G. So now I'm back in the app. I can still click around. I can click on this contact card, for example, and I can still see the contact information that's contained in the application. And again, this is all coming from Quickbase. It's stored in Quickbase, but right now offline, it's stored on the phone. And so we can take that job, we can start to execute it. This is a really simple form, but let's let's go ahead and put in an estimated cost after we did the job. And then let's add some notes here, entering some notes. Okay, maybe we need a requirement to take a photo. And so this camera icon lets you either take a photo or get something from your gallery. And we can also get a signature here, and maybe the plant manager needs to sign for that job, or you need to sign. And when we're done, we're just going to submit this job. And it says we're complete, and it takes us back to our home screen. So again, we're still offline. And even if we close this app and just go back to our phone, nothing gets lost. You could stop in the middle of filling out a form and come back later, whatever. So let's go back online. Let's turn airplane mode off for a second. And now you see our 4G up here is kicked back in. Let's open the app up. And right away, it's gonna recognize I'm in 4G, and it's uploading a timesheet, and it's uploading a service call. And you see the little growler slide as it completes those tasks. If you had 100 things, it would do them as long as you remained in good connectivity. So that's really the end of the story. And I hope that that shows you how these full-featured and custom mobile apps can really help you take it to the next level when you need to. So let's wrap up with some key takeaways. So we know our mobile workforce, they need to collaborate, they need to be productive just like everyone else, and it's growing. Mobile can definitely help you extend your Quickbase reach into the field. Quickbase does mobile automatically and does it really well. All those different reports and calendar and Kanbans and maps, etc. Does it well. Quickbase now includes a basic offline ad record capability. When you need something more than that, MCF Tech can develop for you one of these full custom mobile apps to fully brand it or change the user interface and make it really simple. Anything that you really need to is possible from a graphics and a look and feel and workflow perspective. And we can also help you go full featured offline when that's needed as well. And with a full featured offline, I think we definitely get a big yes from this young man. I love that photo. So I hope you were paying attention. If not, maybe you go back and watch the recording, because I'm going to ask a question now. And 2 lucky winners who send us the correct answer are going to be drawn and receive a $250 gift card. So if you want to enter that contest, please just scan this QR code here. That will take you to our contact form. Fill out your information and submit your answer in the message area. And here's the question. Name 2 ways that you can get Quickbase Mobile offline within your ecosystem. And again, we're going to have a drawing on June 7th, and we're going to pick 2 winners randomly and then notify you via email that you've won, and you will win a $250 gift card. So I'd encourage you all to scan that QR code and give it an answer. Hopefully that's not too hard of a question. If you go back, I'm sure you can figure it out. So with that said, thank you very much, and I hope you enjoy the rest of Empower.